Welcome to WNBA Trending. I'm Ava, and today we bring you an in-depth look into one of the most fascinating and groundbreaking stories in women's basketball. Caitlin Clark's record-breaking earnings and her clear stance on remaining in the WNBA despite speculation about her future. Caitlin Clark is not just a basketball player. She has become a cultural phenomenon, a generational athlete, and a symbol of the rapid growth of women's basketball. From her unforgettable college career at Iowa to her transition into the WNBA with the Indiana Fever, every step of her journey has been watched by millions of fans around the world. But while her on-court brilliance is what draws people in, her financial success and her commitment to the league are what truly set her apart. Today, we will break down Caitlin Clark's earnings, explore how she has managed to achieve numbers that no WNBA rookie has ever reached, and take a closer look at what her stance on quitting or staying in the league means for the future of women's basketball. Let's start with the financial breakdown. Caitlin Clark entered the WNBA as the #1 overall draft pick for the Indiana Fever. Her rookie contract, under the current WNBA structure, starts at just under $77,000 a season. Over the course of her 4-year deal, that salary will gradually increase, eventually reaching around $97,000 in the final year. For many, this number might seem surprisingly small, especially given the immense popularity and revenue Caitlin brings to the game. Compared to NBA rookies, who can make millions right out of the gate, Clark's WNBA salary is a reminder of the financial gap that still exists between men's and women's professional basketball. But Caitlin Clark is rewriting the script. Her WNBA salary is just the smallest slice of her overall income. Where she is truly making history is in endorsements, partnerships, and outside earnings. Clark has quickly become one of the most marketable athletes in the world. She has secured major sponsorship deals with companies like Nike, Gatorade, State Farm, and Panini America. Each of these deals is worth millions, and collectively, insiders estimate that her annual endorsement earnings already exceed $3 million. Nike, in particular, has made Caitlin one of their primary faces for women's basketball. Reports indicate that a signature shoe is in development, something that only a handful of WNBA stars in history have received. If that shoe line comes to fruition, it would not only boost Clark's earnings, but also solidify her as a cultural icon in the same way legends like Sheryl Swoopes, Lisa Leslie, and Diana Taurasi once were. In addition to endorsements, Clark is earning money through merchandise sales. Her Indiana Fever jersey was the top-selling jersey in the WNBA almost instantly after being released. Ticket sales for Fever games have skyrocketed, with multiple sellouts at home and on the road. When the Fever play in other cities, arenas fill up with fans wearing Clark's jersey, eager to see her live. This surge in popularity has made her not just a player, but also the single most important marketing engine for the WNBA. All of this adds up to a staggering projection. Analysts estimate that Caitlin Clark could earn between $5 to $7 million this year alone, making her not only the highest-earning rookie in WNBA history, but also one of the most financially successful athletes in women's sports globally. That number is extraordinary when you consider that just a decade ago, most WNBA players had to supplement their income by playing overseas during the offseason. Now, let's talk about her stance on quitting the WNBA. With her rising fame and massive endorsements, speculation has swirled that Clark might eventually leave the WNBA behind, either to focus on brand deals or to play overseas where salaries can sometimes be much higher. Historically, stars like Diana Taurasi and Brittany Griner have taken lucrative contracts in Russia or Turkey, where they could earn several times their WNBA salaries. So the question naturally arose, would Caitlin Clark do the same? The answer, from Clark herself, has been a clear and firm no. In a recent interview, she was asked about the possibility of stepping away from the WNBA for financial reasons, and her response left no doubt. She said that her dream has always been to play professional basketball in the United States, in front of American fans, and to be a part of building the WNBA into something much bigger. For Caitlin, the chance to inspire the next generation of athletes and to help transform women's basketball at home is more important than chasing bigger checks overseas. Clark emphasized that she understands her role extends beyond her own career. She knows that she is at the center of a movement to elevate women's basketball, and her staying in the WNBA is a statement of loyalty not just to her team but to the league and its future. By making this commitment, Clark is showing that the WNBA can be the premier stage for women's basketball, a place where the best players in the world belong. Her stance has been praised by teammates, coaches, league officials, and fans alike. For the league, Clark's commitment means stability, growth, and a brighter future. For younger athletes watching today, it sends a powerful message that women's basketball can be a viable, financially rewarding, and culturally significant career path right here in the United States. Now, let's examine the ripple effects of Clark's success. Attendance is up across the league. The Indiana Fever, who previously struggled with ticket sales, are now one of the hottest tickets in sports. On the road, Clark draws sellouts in cities that rarely saw capacity crowds for women's basketball. This increased visibility translates into stronger broadcast numbers as well. Nationally televised games featuring Caitlin Clark and the Fever have delivered record-breaking ratings, with millions tuning in to watch. Networks like ESPN and ABC have seen double-digit increases in WNBA viewership, and streaming platforms such as Amazon Prime are also reporting a surge in interest. This kind of growth has real financial consequences. Sponsors are now lining up to attach their names to the league. Merchandising revenue is climbing. And perhaps most importantly, the WNBA is now in a position to negotiate a far more lucrative media rights deal in the future, thanks in large part to the attention Caitlin Clark brings. The economic ripple effect of Clark's presence is undeniable. She is not just earning millions for herself, she is helping create financial opportunities for every other player in the league. Her rise may be the turning point that finally allows the WNBA to close some of the gap with men's basketball when it comes to salaries and resources. Looking ahead, Caitlin Clark's influence is only expected to grow. If she continues to play at an elite level and remains dedicated to the WNBA for the long term, she could become one of the defining figures in league history. Her combination of talent, charisma, and marketability makes her a once-in-a-generation superstar. And her public stance against quitting ensures that fans and sponsors alike can invest in her and the league with confidence. To summarize, Caitlin Clark's record-breaking earnings represent more than just financial success. They symbolize a shift in women's sports, a new era where female athletes can command massive sponsorships, drive ticket sales, and pull in record TV audiences.